This episode is brought to you by Bleacher Report. How do you follow sports? From college football to the NBA, Bleacher Report brings you the latest news, live scores, and epic highlights from your favorite leagues, teams, and athletes, all in one app. Dive into exclusive shows hosted by your favorite athletes and original Bleacher Report series with breaking news, rumors, and predictions all season long. Download Bleacher Report to personalize your coverage.
This episode is brought to you by AWS. Amazon Q Business is the generative AI assistant that can securely understand your business data, summarize results, and streamline tasks. Learn what Amazon Q Business can do for you at aws.com/learn more.
Hey, it's Austin James. Yes, I'm living with diabetes, but it doesn't have to define me. Thanks to the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor, I get real-time glucose readings throughout the day. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor is small and easy to wear, giving me the freedom to focus on my life as a parent and a musician. Now this is progress. You can get a free sensor at freestylelibre.us.
Offer available for people who qualify. Visit myfreestyle.us to see all terms and conditions. Certain exclusions apply. Data on file. Abbott Diabetes Care. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Welcome back to Rams Up, your favorite LA Rams podcast. We are part of the Fans First Sports Network. You can follow us on our YouTube channel as well, at LA Rams Up. I'm your host, Mark. I'll be joined occasionally by my football gurus, Paul and Ian. Let's get to it. What's going on, Ram fans? Good times in LA. The Rams still in the driver's seat after that win over the Jets. I've had a night to sleep on it. Going to give you some thoughts, some additional details on this game. And I got some new information on a couple of topics for you as well. Sweet times in LA, though. The Rams win in New York. The Cardinals and 49ers are both eliminated. And the Seahawks lose to the Vikings. And the Rams really playing complimentary football in New York. Special teams made some plays. The offense made some plays, mainly the offensive line, and Kyron Williams behind them, and our old buddy Tyler Higbee reemerging. That was awesome to see. And the defense, we might have been a little disappointed with their approach early in the game, especially giving up these long drives, but in the end, it kind of worked out. They had 3 fourth-down stops, a takeaway, giving the offense the ball at the Jets 21, and holding the Jets to 9 points. So the Rams remain in the driver's seat of the NFC West. I'll recap all the action here, identify the fearsome 5 big plays of the game in this instance, hand out some game balls, all that good stuff. Before we get to that, make sure everyone's aware the holidays are forcing us to really tweak our schedule. We hope to have our next roundtable posted sometime Tuesday rather than Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. And then the rest of the week, we'll just have to sort things out. We will definitely have some good content coming your way, though. Maybe a path to the playoffs, or even better, a path to the Super Bowl segment. How about that? And speaking of that, before we move on, let's sort through this confusing information out there. If the Seahawks and Rams both win this week, will the Rams have clinched a playoff spot? And as Brian Janu and others pointed out on Twitter, the answer is a hard no. However, the Seahawks' chances are extremely slim, as indicated on the CBS Sports playoff probability measures. The Rams at, I think it's 87% at this point. Let's walk through this. I'll try to explain it without getting too verbose here and boring you to tears. Just the hard facts here. If the Rams were to beat the Cardinals and then lose to the Seahawks, meaning the Seahawks win out, that's what we're talking about here. Can the Rams clinch Saturday night against Arizona? So if this would all come to pass, first tiebreaker head-to-head, that's irrelevant if Seattle beats the Rams. The second tiebreaker, divisional record, that would be a wash, both 4-2. the third tiebreaker, best win-loss percentage in common games. That would also be a wash. A number 4, the best winning percentage in games played within the conference. That would also be a wash. And then you get to the one that does matter, strength of victory in all games. And this is where the Rams have the edge. And this is primarily due to the fact that the Rams have beat the Vikings and the Bills, teams with 13 and 12 wins respectively. The Seahawks' biggest accomplishment at this point is beating the Broncos, who have 9 wins. So what do you really need to know here? What you need to know is the Rams have a 9-win lead over Seattle. The teams the Rams have beaten have won 9 more games than the teams Seattle has beaten. And there are 17 games left that would impact this strength of victory formula for the Rams and Seahawks. Of those 17 games, Seattle needs 14 of them to go their way. The Rams just need 5 to go their way. Bottom line, you see 2 teams playing. If it's a team the Rams have beaten, but the Seahawks have not, you want that team to win. If it's a team Seattle has beaten, but the Rams have not, you want that team to lose. Chances are this is going to go the Rams' way. Now, if both teams lose this week, Seattle losing to the Bears and Rams losing to the Cardinals, it will be for all the marbles. Seahawks at Rams at SoFi Stadium. And if Seattle loses and the Rams win this week, it's over. The Rams are NFC West champions. Let's recap all the action from this Rams 19-9 win over the New York Jets. Rams moved the ball well on their opening drive. Yeah, that's right. They got the ball first, and you're hoping that maybe this is good for the Rams' offensive production in the first half. Kind of looked that way for a little bit. 11 plays, 42 yards, but they decided to punt from the Jets' 37. Now, 3rd and 7, thought they should have ran it, maybe run it again, go for it. But after an incompletion, they decided to punt it. And the Rams down the ball to Jets 1. Nice play by Jordan Whittington to flip it out of the end zone so his teammate could down it. At the moment, that appeared to be a big play. You'd think it would be, right? But the Jets promptly went 99 yards in 14 plays, and after the missed point after, they lead 6-0, and that would be the last time the Jets find pay dirt. Rams had something going on their second drive, but a 30-yard run by Blake Corum was called back on an illegal motion. And at the time, that seemed like a big play because on 2nd and 15, Stafford throws an interception. But on the ensuing Jets possession, 4th and 1, they go for it, and Omar Speights makes the stop. The Jets turn the ball over on downs, and they would continue to go for it on 4th down throughout this game. You know, why not, given their situation? But this gives the Rams the ball at the Jets' 33, and they cash it in. Kyren Williams goes for 13. Nacua a screen pass for 18. And then Kyren scores from 2 yards out, as he usually does. The Jets added a field goal before the end of the half, so they lead 9-6 at intermission. Some halftime stats of note. Jets had the ball for about 2.5 minutes more. Jets had 1 more first down, 10-9. They ran 8 more plays, 32-24. They had about 100 more passing yards than the Rams, 149-46. The Rams outdid them on the ground, 71-41 rushing yards. The Rams averaging 5.1 yards per carry to the Jets' 3.4. Third quarter, Jets opening possession, and once again they go for it. This time 4th and 4 from the Rams' 13, and you knew this was going to be a big play, perhaps the play of the game, and Ahkello Witherspoon, who up to this point, I don't think he had been playing very well. He has Devontae Adams covered, and the Jets come away empty. The Rams turn around and go 66 yards on 13 plays. The drive stalls at the Jets' 20, but Carty hits the 38-yarder to tie it up 9-9. Into the fourth quarter now, third play of the Jets' next drive, Cameron Curl comes on the blitz. And up to this point, the Rams did not seem very willing to blitz. They did on this play. Curl gets the strip sack of Rodgers. Jared Verse recovers it at the Jets' 21, and the Rams are in business after 2 carries by Kyren. Stafford hits number 89, Big Rig Tyler Higbee, and his first game back since that playoff game in Detroit where he took that big hit to his knees, launches himself just inside the pylon, and the Rams had their first lead of the day, 16-9. The Rams turned the Jets over on downs on their next series as well. This time, Darius Williams on the coverage on fourth down, and the Rams have the ball at the Jets' 46. So, a team's going to be aggressive in this situation, but it wasn't working for the Jets for the most part. The Rams were able to add an insurance field goal, Joshua Carty hitting from 48. The Jets miss a long field goal attempt, and then the Rams wrap things up when the Jets muff a punt in the waning moments. Rams come away with a 19-9 win. It was a little bit ugly, but the Rams made the plays, especially on defense, made the plays when it counted. Rams 19-9. Be back in a second with some final stats, my Fearsome Four big plays of the game, and handing out some game balls.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Catch every moment of your team's playoff push with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. You'll get amazing features like multi-view, and right now it's only $49 for the rest of the NFL regular season. So give yourself the ultimate gift this holiday season. Get NFL Sunday Ticket for $49. Sign up now at youtube.com/Sunday Ticket. Device and content restrictions apply. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
Some final stats. The Jets opened up their time of possession edge, ended up having the ball with about 4 minutes and 10 seconds more than the Rams. The two teams were even on first downs, 17 apiece. Total yards, Jets 321 to 242 for the Rams. Jets had 256 yards passing, just 110 for the Rams, but the Rams ran the ball really well. 132 on the ground to the Jets' 75, and that was a 4.3 average. I'm assuming that was dinged up by Stafford taking some knees there at the end. Hey, I'll take that any game. Jets averaged 3.8 yards per rush. Rams had the one turnover, the early interception by Stafford. Jets actually turned the ball over twice, counting that muff at the end, of course. And Stafford kept clean the whole game. Rams got to Rodgers once, and it was a big one. Probably the biggest play of the game, actually. Cameron Curl getting to Rodgers for the strip sack, with the first recovery leading to the Rams' second touchdown. Individual stats for the Rams: Stafford 14 of 19 for 110 yards, a TD, and a somewhat harmless interception. Kyren Williams, man, he looked really good in this game. 23 for 122 yards, 1 TD, a 5.3 average. And, I had a feeling, having grown up in St. Louis and having played at Notre Dame, the cold was not going to bother him. Puka Nacua, 8 catches for 56 yards. Cooper Kupp, 3 for 24. Kupp kind of flying under the radar the last couple weeks. Everybody else, 3 receptions for 30 yards. That was Tutu, Tyler, and Kyren. And who led the team in tackles? Jalen McCullough with 19. And then, of course, Cameron Curl with the sack. Let's talk about my Fearsome Four big plays of the game. And, remember the Rams-Bills game? I think I ended up with 16 big plays of the game. That seems like a decade ago, a lifetime ago. This Rams offense finding different ways to win, or I should say the defense, last 2 weeks combined 31 points. So the big plays are significantly different in style points compared to what we saw in that Rams-Bills game. But nonetheless, there were some significant plays, some fearsome big plays of the game. This week, I cheated again. I have 5 fearsome big plays of the game. Couldn't narrow it down to 4. There was one that probably doesn't belong, but I had to include it because of the player that made it. And there are 2 that seemed like they were big plays, but turned out to be not so much. One was that punt by Ethan Evans that was downed thanks to Jordan Whittington's great play, jumping into the end zone and tossing it back to the one for a teammate to down it. Would have been a big play, except for the Jets then went on a 99-yard drive to score, so maybe that wasn't such an important play after all. Still a very good play. And in fact, Jordan Whittington makes plays on special teams that you see other players just fail to make. And the recovery of the muff was another one, just launching his body, securing the ball. He knew the rule, don't advance it, just cover it, and jumping into the end zone. How many times do we see players just kind of butcher that play? But turned out to be not such a big play. And the other one was the Stafford interception, because the Rams got the ball back on downs moments later. And hey, maybe we lost a scoring opportunity there. We'll never know. But I think in the grand scheme of things, that wasn't as big a play as it appeared to be at the time. So what were my big plays? Well, 4th and 1 from the Jets 37. The Jets go for it, and Omar Speights makes the stop, and the Rams cash it in for their first touchdown to tie the game at 6-6. Both teams having missed their point after. And then 4th and 4 from the Rams 14. Rams get the stop. Another 4th down stop, and this time it's thanks to Ahkello Witherspoon's coverage on Devontae Adams, and the Rams cash that in for a field goal to once again tie it up 9-9. And fearsome big play number 3, the play that really changed the game. Cameron Curl with the strip sack, and Jared Verse recovers, and that led to fearsome big play number 4. Tyler Higbee with the score, launching in the air just inside the pylon, and the Rams have the lead 16-9. And that's play, if it had been another tight end, maybe I wouldn't include it, but this is Tyler Higbee, his first action since January. Man, and the way the team celebrated around him and in the locker room afterwards, handing out game balls, that's good vibes for this Rams team. Welcome back, Tyler Higbee. And my 5th and final fearsome big play of the game, 4th and 4 from the Jets 47. The Jets go for it again, and the Rams get another stop, this one thanks to Darius Williams on the coverage. So 4 of the 5 here, the Rams defense making plays. 3 of them 4th down stops, getting the ball back on downs for the offense. And then the other one, the only one on offense that I am including here, Tyler Higbee's score. But hey, you know what? Kyren Williams and this offensive line got it done all day long too. They looked really, really good. Hey, before we get to my game balls, got some Pro Football Focus grades for you. Alaric Jackson, graded out at 86.3. Man, we need to get that guy re-signed. Puka Nacua, 83.8. And Kyren Williams, 82.8. Hunter Long, 78.9. Even though 2 penalties were attributed to him, had a good game. Jared Verse, 77.7. Kevin Dotson, 77.5. And Rob Havenstein and Cameron Curl, 75.5 apiece. Dotson, super consistent. That's his 6th straight game of a grade of over 75. Now, handing out game balls in this game is actually pretty challenging. I'm going to cop out a little bit, and I'm going to give the entire offensive line a game ball. They dominated this game. 3rd straight game without giving up a sack and opening holes, pounding the rock with Kyren Williams. And as I already noted here, 3 of the offensive linemen graded out extremely high. But this is a unit that works together. They're going to dominate as a group, and they all get a game ball. And I'm giving Kyren Williams a game ball as well. A really, really impressive performance once again. And hell yeah, I'm giving one to Tyler Higbee. Welcome back, Big Rig. And who else? On defense, I don't know if there was a single player that really jumped off the screen for me that had a big impact from start to finish. I mean, there were moments, where there are obviously big plays by Cameron Curl, Darius Williams, and Ahkello Witherspoon. But I'm going to give my game ball to the trenches. The guys up front, once again, did a great job of limiting Breece Hall. Omar Speights also had a great play. It's really difficult just to hand out a game ball for individuals on this defense. So I'm just going to give it to the front 7 as a group. How about that? And I'll see what Paul and Ian have to say with their film studies. If there's somebody else we should be talking about. Man, Jalen McCullough also led the team in tackles. How about that? I got a couple quick comments on the coaching. Hey, shout out to Sean McVay. He had this team ready. Maybe it didn't seem like it from the get-go, but they were ready to go. Fly across the country, come away with a W. They were pumped. They were primed for this game. Just a little bit of a slow start once again. I do question that first series where they had a 3rd and 7, threw an incompletion, and then punted the ball. You know what? Pick up 2 or 3 yards on 3rd down and go for it on 4th. That might have been the smarter play, but they seem to be playing pretty conservative. Maybe it was due to the weather, and maybe they figured eventually they were going to win this game if they didn't give anything away to the Jets. I think that might have been the thinking here. No big blunders, no freebies for the New York Jets. We'll eventually find a way to win this game, make a big play, a couple big stops, and that's what happened. The Rams come away with a win. Rams 19-9, heading to the playoffs apparently, almost there. We'll be back tomorrow with a roundtable. Check it out and keep an eye out for Ian's film studies. Holidays make it in the way of that, but we'll do our best to get some good content out to you over the next week for the Saturday night showdown. Well, it's not really a showdown anymore. Rams trying to take care of business, beat the Arizona Cardinals and take a big step towards the playoffs. And hey, maybe the Bears will take care of the Seahawks Thursday night in Chicago. We can only hope. That's going to do it for this episode. Remember, you can reach us at ramsuppodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget about our YouTube channel. Our handle is at laramsup.com. Till next time, keep the horns up, stay safe, and have fun out there.